Hey everybody, welcome back to the K2N Online Paddle School. This week we have a gear review where we're getting a first sneak peek look at the Vaikobi V4 PFD. Vaikobi sent this life jacket to us here at K2N a little bit before the official release of the product on their website. But by the time you're seeing this video, that product has been released and you can go out and purchase this right off the website. So with this video, we are going to look at the V4 in depth and compare it to the V3 model, as well as compare and contrast with the VXP pullover style. So the V4 is the update to the front zip style in the paddling PFDs. The direct predecessor is the V3 front zip, and there are a lot of quality of life updates overall that make a huge change to this new generation. The amount of flotation and buoyancy that the product offers is found on the inside here. You can find all that information on Vaikobi's website. Overall, these life jackets are my go-to for paddling and using a life jacket. I personally use the VXP. My wife uses the V3 in more depth, but after using the V4, I am definitely very close to switching over to the front zip style. So we'll go through detail by detail showing what's new on the V4 and show you directly on the V3 what it was like and how it's been updated, and then some of the ideas that are coming from the VXP that have made their way onto this new front zip model. So first and foremost, for myself personally, the amount of accessible pocket space is a make or break, especially in downwinding situations. When I'm downwinding, I at a very minimum want to be able to carry my cell phone with me, and being able to easily access this. And on the V3 models, because of the side pockets and the way that it's sized, my phone did not fit into those front pockets. Now looking at the new V4, it is very simple to slide in a full phone with a case with plenty of additional real estate on the inside there. This is not actually my phone because I'm recording with my phone, but this oversized case here gives you an idea of how large your cell phone can be and how easy it is to slide in and to safely secure it with the zip. And now you're able to take all of that spaciousness and you have that access on both sides of the chest pocket. So looking at the amount of real estate that we have in the V3, if I try to fit this in here, this is about as far as I can go, right? So I'm only able to get a little more than half of the same phone case into the chest pocket. These are roomy and spacious enough for certain things, but again, for myself personally, this is the difference between choosing this in a lot of different situations. Now back to the VXP, the reason I've chosen this one personally is the ability to easily slide in your cell phone. And even here, there's still a little bit of this case that is revealed at the top, but because of the over flap there, I'm able to safely secure that. The amount of space that you have in this large chest pocket is actually less than the two pockets combined from the new V4 model. So like I said, for myself personally, that makes a tremendous difference in choosing this in a lot of different situations. And the large pockets open up a lot of customization that you can utilize these pockets for. You can put in small drink containers with a tubing hose. And so inside of the pocket, there's actually a small hole for a tube to come out. And using that, you can guide it using all kinds of different parts of the straps in order to put the tubing right by your mouth. So this is great. So if you want some sort of a small honey mixture or some other electrolyte blend that doesn't go into your full-size bladder on the back, you can now change your hydration and nutrition protocols very easily without loading them onto the vessel themselves, and you can have them equipped in either chest pocket and your back. So this opens up 3 different aspects that you can introduce into especially long distance racing. So talking about nutrition, these tabs on the front here are excellent for putting goo packs or gel style products that are easy to access and rip away right on the chest. When they are stowed away in the pockets, you gotta unzip them, fumble around, try to find one. So having them presented right on the chest makes them very easy to grab and go. This is common in running style vests where you'll see the goo packs on the chest of the athlete. And these are nice and low profile, and you could probably get really creative with putting all kinds of different things through here. Looking at the V3, that is non-existent on the chest, and looking at the VXP, there's one tab on the front, but that one is more than likely designed for your hydration tubing. All of the life jackets I'm showing here are all in the medium sizing, and with this model, they've actually extended the back and the front very slightly. On the back, it's between 1 and 2 centimeters longer, or about a ½ inch to an inch longer, comparatively to the V3 and the VXP. And then on the front panel, it is also about a ½ inch, 1 centimeter longer. Looks like they were trying to achieve with this is by making it a little bit longer, the flotation material on the inside is very noticeably thinner. And because it has a larger surface area, they're able to get the same buoyancy by extending this out ever so slightly. There's a lot of quality of life that comes from that by having something that's a little bit more low profile. And again, the extra pocket space, having that ½ inch makes the difference in being able to carry a lot of different things. The quality of the material being a little bit higher is nice for the little features like the Velcro on the back here. The adhesive that holds on here seems like it's just a little bit stronger. It is common for the V3s especially that the Velcro padding comes off of the material. I haven't used this long term to confirm this idea, but it feels like there's a bit more grip and the amount of adhesive and its hold is going to be stronger just because the material here is very slightly different. There are a lot of reflectives that are found on the front and the back. There are no reflectives on the V3, and the VXP does have the strip along the back above the hydration. So you can see that reflective strip here on the back of the VXP, but it's found nowhere else on here. And on the front and the back of the V3, there are no reflective additives. And holding them, I actually realized, so the V3 material is different than the V4, but the VXP material on the front and the back is very similar. You can see some of these striations and some of this coloring, and it makes it just a little bit more reflective. This is also a little bit more robust. Again, if you're touching that, it just feels a little bit more sturdy. It's the same material that's found on the front and the back. I use my Velcro a lot and it has never come undone, but again on the V3 it is starting to wear fairly quickly. Looking at the straps, they have these covers and sleeves that go over the straps, which is really nice. I think this is to promote bare shirt paddling, especially for guys or ladies wearing like a sports bra. I have not extensively tested this for long distance yet to see if it minimizes the chafing, but obviously looking at it having a little fabric here touching your skin as opposed to the little bit more abrasive strap itself would go a long way in reducing that chafing, whether you're shirtless or if you do have clothing on. My favorite part of these life jackets, because I do use them in a club setting, and we give these medium-sized life jackets people of all sizes. The amount of times that they engage them on a flat water lake is pretty minimal, but it adds this level of confidence. But overall, these medium-sized life jackets physically will fit paddlers of all sizes because of the amount of strap that is found on the shoulders as well as around the rib cage. When I'm using it, you can see I pull it pretty tightly to get close to my body because I'm a smaller size paddler, but being able to pull it out this much to fit around most body types is very convenient. The adjustability of the shoulder straps really pulls the life jacket high or low on your torso. In kayak paddling or surf ski paddling especially, having it sit a little lower is a little bit more comfortable. But in canoe paddling, especially in the outrigger canoe, you lean forward enough that you do want this to run a little higher. If you run it low, the bottom of the life jacket will interact with the top of your legs. But I was able to fix that by pulling the straps here on the shoulders to pull it up, so as I paddle forward, it makes very minimal or no contact. This engagement with the leg, especially in the canoe stroke, is because the life jacket is longer in the front. The VXP is much more low profile, so it does not touch there, and then the V3 as well does not. So if you're a canoe paddler and you're shorter, more than likely this will rub against the top of your legs, depending on your paddling style, but if you are taller, especially within your torso, you will never have that issue. As I'm using and looking at the zippers, they look almost identical, so there's really no change. I've never had any complaints with the front zip or heard of any complaints with the zipper failing or anything like that. So it's a very nice, robust zipper. You can see how it fits on me here, right? So even though this is longer, right, because I have it sitting up higher, it's still a little bit above my lowest rib cage ribs. All the pockets in the front are very easy to access. There's also a strap on the bottom here where you can attach a leash directly to your life jacket. Vaikobi's leashes leashes have a D-ring clip that attach right into the coil leash. You could remove that and put that D-ring clip right here. Depending on the scenarios that you're in and the size of the swells and the surfing and the potential wipeouts, right? Moving the leash around to different parts of your body can be the difference in comfort and confidence out on the water. There's a little sleeve on the side where you can put the excess through to kind of get it out of the way, so you can have it dangling like so, or you can put it away a little bit more neat. In the top shoulder straps, there's actually an opening on the top here where the excess can be pushed into. Overall, I've taken on the water, very similar buoyancy when you have it fit correctly. It doesn't ride high, right? It fits very form to the body. The back is actually contoured naturally to kind of go with the arch of your back and the angles of the human body. So when I did go into the water wearing this, it felt super comfortable. It felt very reminiscent of the quality that you would find with the other Vaikobi products. Looking at the natural contour, right? So as I'm holding this here, it's having a little pull on the shoulder straps. You can see how the middle starts to kind of bow out where your spine would go, and then the rest of this would hug closer towards your hips and your shoulders. Overall, incredibly ergonomic, especially for paddling. Using it in the paddling context with the shoulders and the arms, in the kayak stroke and the canoe stroke, after a little while you don't even know you have it on. Even here in Florida right now, it is fairly cool out. So wearing the life jacket is more of trying to keep body heat in. So I'm not able to really assess how well it dissipates heat and how hot you're going to get while paddling and using it. Overall, you have a larger surface area with a slightly thinner material, right? Its ability to breathe through the fabric is there, but overall you're always going to run a little hotter while wearing life jacket. And if it's cold out, it's excellent to have on in order to keep in some of that body heat. In most cases, if you start to run a little hot while wearing a life jacket, just jump in the water. Thank you guys so much for checking out the video. Again, a huge thank you to Vaikobi for thinking of K2N to do a gear review of their new product. If there's anything else that I may have missed, feel free to leave a comment and I'll respond back, and I'll try to pin your comment back to the top so other people watching the video can get some clarity on the specifics of the product or comparing it back to the VXP or the V3 that I do have on hand. A big shout out to all of our YouTube members, and their names are going to appear here. Becoming a YouTube member gives you access to the YouTube videos that are scheduled for release early, so as I finish them, you get to see them immediately. There's only a small fee towards the YouTube channel, but it goes a long way in keeping this channel growing. If you're interested in in-depth technique in order to take your paddling skills to the next level, don't forget to check out the K2NOnlinePaddleSchool.com today. We have a video library with 300 videos equipped with off-the-water training, drills to do on the water, and the overall fundamentals of the paddle stroke. Combine that with video reviews to look at exactly what you're doing and pinpoint little details that could be the difference in your progress. We also offer coaching programs to go along with all of that. So using remote training to make sure you're maximizing your progress and reaching your goals this season. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not, and we'll see you all next week for our next paddle tip video.